Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Pearl Dane, the one, the only master propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland, or future glorious and most wondrous one we won here on. You guessed it, it's Bayeux, and these it is Luvnest, here fighting for the German army, Deutschland, das Reich, here with the glorious Hermann Göring Fallschirmpanzerdivision with breakthrough, Luftwaffe ground forces, and Overwatch. Whereas in the west it is Littlesam fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union. Big mustaches everywhere. Taking on the role here of the 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps here with airborne troops, tank hunter, and guard motor with double infantry mines. We got a full Kuban side here for Luvnest versus penal troopers here for Littlesam. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my patrons, supporters, these champions, these heroes who make the Propaganda Ministry and its Propagandacast possible every day with their support for the effort. You too can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon, or you can donate by PayPal for one-time donation, or multiples if you want to, I suppose. By PayPal, links in the description of both. I'll let comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button. Praise the Propagandacast. So we got steel pines up north with some barbed wire. Again, note the way he's laying down barbed wire here. This prohibits the opponent from just laying down sandbags here to make the point defensible, in a way that the opponent then can't make use of the sandbags either. So this is a pretty sneaky play there by Luvnest. Thumbs up to that. It's also been something you see among some of the higher tier players. Scout car there for Littlesam is going to be put some aggressive pressure on Luvnest in the early game. Kuban up engineers in the south here. Fultz going to be moving forwards. Kuban doing some damage to the engineers. We've got the M3A1 a light scout car there for the Red Army, equipped with a 5th cal on the front and a 30 cal on the back. Apparently they could be equipped with another 30 cal mounted on the side for a bit more firepower moving forwards. They were primarily used in the Soviet advanced reconnaissance formations. They were meant to find gaps in the German lines and exploit them. More penal troopers here for Littlesam and the Red Army. Kuban backing up the Sturmpanies, basically trying to prevent them here. The Sturmpanies have some surprisingly decent DPS versus the M3A1. Can actually do a lot of damage fast. In fact, 2 Sturmpanier squads can actually counter a scout car, though you rarely see an Obo Commandos player commit to more than one. In the south here, Fultz move forward towards the southern field, but they were caught by the Serbs there. Scheiße! It's the penal Truppen! Ja! Why are we terrified of them? They're gonna go back to the Gulag if they don't beat us. What's it to say? Well, you know, it's worse to die in a Gulag. Oh, Scheiße. Ja. Fultz the penal Truppen up north. You've got the scout car bouncing out engineers. Kuban Sturmpini pushing forwards, more forces there for Luvnest. Bit of light damage there. Flanking in from the south, open the Strafnicki. Trot on the way there for Luvnest. The Schwere Wehrmacht Schlepper. Probably going to the Battle Group headquarters, since that is very much the Oberkommand's mess as of late. I mean, he could surprise us all with a mechanized regiment. Meanwhile, Littlesam is yet to commit to Dot. We got Overwatch here with Jäger Light Infantry Recon Squads. Early warning systems for the fatherland. Leichte Feldhaubitze 18 and Sector Assault. Schützenmine here from Luvnest. A mine designed to maim rather than kill. So there you go, trot on the way there for Luvnest. Troops heading out there. Grand Northern Victory Point. Fixing up the scout car again. Medics on the way here for Littlesam. Not a lot of infantry, different a bit more. We got the flamethrowers ready here as well. Yuri, you're making sure you're making use of the right thing here, not the flamethrower to fix it up. Yeah, don't worry. It was an accident that time. An accident? You killed 5 men. Well, you know, I'm sure they were secretly fascist sympathizers. Grabbing the point here. Mines going off there as well, killing poor Dimitri and Boris, though. To be fair, they were all, convicted of accountancy, so, serious crimes. Scout car pushing forward straight for the Sturmpioneer. Straight into a mine there. Huge hole there blown in the scout car, and Petra there gets flung up because they've got to wear seatbelt. Looks like Kuban's about to finish off the M3-1 here. Oh, well, it falls short here. Looks like it's got to force away lines Littlesam to save the scout car, despite otherwise pretty much catastrophic damage. Monginist will live for Littlesam. So reinforcing in. We do get a mechanized ring for Luvnest. Oh my. That's definitely not something we've seen in quite some time. He's willing to see how well Luvnest makes use. I mean, this is Luvnest, obviously it's going to be well, but, still, how does he make use of it? Mines down here from Littlesam, both sides aggressive miners, very good. Picks up the M3E1 again. This time with a fresh engineer squad without a flamethrower. My goodness, what happened to the scout car? We hit a mine. Are you sure? Like, I'm fairly certain you hit like something bigger than a mine. Yet, we hit a mine. Show the American engineering. Yeah. Scout covers the penalty. I thought it was the penalty up north here. Tripping forts there. Will it go for the Puma? Will it go for the Lux here? That'll be interesting from Luvnest. We got the Kubag and the Falconese Strafnik all clashing here. Littlesam going for Guard Motor. Looks like he's going to be focusing heavily on the Guards Rifle versus Luvnest. Sturm Pioneer arriving. Samex in the centre. Up north there, Strafnik advancing as well. Definitely been interesting to see someone focus that heavily on the Guardsmen there from a solo player like that. But, you know, I've seen players from the Overwatch go for something similar with the Fallschirmjägers. I mean, the Guardsmen are good. So, I mean, it does make sense, but it is surprisingly rare. And also versus Luvnest going for mechanized rated looks. The Guards are actually pretty good at it here. So there you go, Guards go out here. The Sturmpioniere charging at the Strafniki. Looks loaded running here to the front line for Luvnest. Kuban holding up here, focusing for the southern fuel point. That's going to put some pressure on Littlesam. Of course, he does have the guard squad. And of course, with the scout car, he can also quickly motorize the guardsmen to help cut down the Lux or the Kugelwagen. Panther pass off in the scout car, damaging the engine. Quickly popping out. Guardsmen penals moving up the centre. Folks being burned up here by the flamethrower engineers. And we got the Jaeger squad out here for Luvnest, just as the Lux is about to hit as well. He's going to hit hard here at Littlesam with some pretty aggressive timing. South side here, field grab, early turn, rendered neutral here by Luvnest. Grenade off, tossing heavy damage to Luvnest infantry. Those Sturmpioneer folks are being bled dry. The Kuba and they're gaining Vetcher 2-4 kills. His name is about to go down. He's charging in there. And I think he's doing it just basically to disrupt the formation so the Cunnies get some shots in on the folks to try and save them. Thumbs up there to Luvnest. That was a bold maneuver. There you go. Light tankers arrived. The Lux. Leichte Aufklärungspanzer. They saw the Panzer II Jazzy. Guns when they're being hammered by the autocannon. The south here, folks going for the southern fuel point. Again, we got the Pumas swimming in. The Lux racing through the centre here. Mine's about to get hit by the Jaegers. Or the Lux. Swings away from there. And then sends the Jaeger straight into the mine by the looks of it. Nope, they narrowly avoided. Pretty lucky there. Lux with one kill up north here. Pumping sees by the units. The south here, fuel point sees by the Strafniki back. Well, he's trying to. Fix up the Kubagen here. And we got the Volkswagen doing the medical Macarena nearby it. Seems there's the Lux, not much they can do with that anti-tank rifles, and the Guardsmen are basically reinforcing and healing. Probably going to go for another guard squad here. But the kind of build all is gone for, I mean, Littlesam's going to have to at least go for like 2 guard squads, if not 3 up north. Again, uses the Volkswagen is there, being slowly shot to bits out in the open. Jaegers have been upgraded with their marksman rifle. Guardsmen setting out, Scout car setting up, but without the Guardsmen or anything in it. Interesting. Tank coming up there, and there you go. Got the Kugelwagen with a mine. Pushing forward here, Lux falling back here. Autocannon there, tearing into the advancing Soviet infantrymen as Littlesam takes up position. Sturmpioneer easy targets out in the open. There you go. Concussor grenade. Thumbs up. They're forced out to the open. All risk getting mowed down here in close quarters combat. Luvnest now cutting all force here. As Littlesam's position disrupted. There you go. We do get the RGD 30 grenade off here. Sturmpioniers holds up. The Guardsmen there are being mauled, and the Pumas was also forced to fall back. His situation turns very hairy, but Littlesam is going to hit him with the T-70, and Luvnest, though, probably going to have a Puma out soon then. Littlesam, though, also needs more infantry. I mean, just 3 squads here, as the Soviets is a bit risky, and there you go. Luvnest here with the 234-2 heavy armored car, also known as the Puma. It was also the only version of, like, the 4 versions of the 234 armored car that actually had a nickname. Despite being the one that was the least produced. Go figure. Jaegers holding up here, half 8 of Excellency 1 almost. Ambushing the Jaeger of Strafnik out of the base. Sky coming forwards again, almost ace level on that one, that's kind of impressive, but the fuel denial here below is certainly quite nasty. T-70 is almost done. We'll have to see if it sticks to once the Puma hits his forces. Guardsmen arriving here up north, victory point of Newsprung seems to have by Luvnest. Fult's going to deal it. Needs Strafnik holding out here outside the base, and there you go. Fult's falling back, need to fix up the scout car, which now, by the way, is ace level. Also got some flares being laid down here by Luvnest, thumbs up. Puma done. Big 234-2 schwerer Panzerspielwagen, also known as the Achtrad, due to having 8 wheels. North you got the Pumas with the Volksgrenadiers there. Guardsmen with the looks, Pumas running forwards. No DP light machine gun jet because it doesn't have the munitions for it. Again, Luvnest control the map so far, been fairly effective as a Littlesam in denying him resources. T-70 is out. Note, of course, that Luvnest has kept the Puma effectively in reserve here, I think in part to hope, not to dissuade Littlesam going from the T-70 since... Oh! Mine goes off and looks, it's abandoned! Abandoned, ladies and gentlemen. Can Littlesam make use of this? There you go. Luvnest makes sure he can't, he's trying to take it out there. Though, of course, also giving away the position of the Puma here to Littlesam. Still, nice work there by Littlesam. His mine's paying off there nicely. Thumbs up. But there you go. Straight into another mine from Luvnest. Both sides here making very efficient use of mines as the other play, and they definitely had an impact on either side. With Luvnest so far having lost effectively 2 light vehicles to mines, and Littlesam just suffered some losses, but no vehicles destroyed because of that. So for Littlesam, they've arguably so far definitely done better. Mine goes off here in the south, flare that is. Jägers move against the Strafniki, pushing them back. Scout car fixed up, almost good to go again. Will he ever upgrade those scouts with some DP light machine guns? Would be quite effective as a Luvnest infantry. Here we go. Grab the southern victory point. Luvnest steadily advancing with the Puma acting as the backup here for the infantry in case of a sudden T-70 rush. I'm surprised he's not stuffing like anything into that scout car. I mean, he's just, well, using it like a scout car with that transport capability. But he does lose it to the Puma. Clearly he was not expecting Luvnest to be so utterly aggressive with his Puma armoured car. Focus on the engineers. T-70 moving in here, making use of the training to try and negate as much incoming fire from the Puma here. These Mega Hounds like to get any easy shots on it. Definitely not a bad idea there by Littlesam, but his fuel pump has been cut off once more. This rate Luvnest could start taking up soon here versus Littlesam. And oh, we do finally get the second guard squad ready for Littlesam. Very good. Thumbs up. Definitely something I think he needed sooner, to be honest. Particularly versus an opponent committed so heavily to light vehicles as Luvnest. But 2 guard squads will definitely make things a bit tough here for the Puma. We do also have an MD for Luvnest. Thumbs up. Truck on the way there for Luvnest. The schwerer Wehrmacht Schlepper heading for the northern victory point here. So far, Littlesam is fairly aggressive behind the victory point against Luvnest. And the Hermann Göring Fallschirm Panzerdivision, the Luftwaffe's only Panzer Division. T-70 catching the midfield up north there. Puma's the Strafniki there. Crew down to half health. Surprisingly, he's not retreating. I guess he's using his beta to keep the T-70 around for long enough for the Puma to maybe like hunt it down here. There you go, shoots whiffs, and we got the guardsmen coming on the flank, so we couldn't say get behind the T-70 to that way deal with it, which will also have been fairly effective. More flares going off here. Got the truck on the move there for Luvnest. Looks like a fairly aggressive setup with the Schwer Panzer quarters. Jägers there being blasted with the T-70 light tank. Pumas swimming in there. Mines here from Littlesam. Thumbs up. Follows the catch in the guardsman here by the centre victory point. Strafniki routed there. He's starting to gain definitely more control over the map here versus Luvnest. Going to probably try and threaten the fuel point next. Shooting it through the hedges, getting some good hits in the Volksgrenadier. Getting a kill there, in fact. Very good work here by Littlesam. I want to deal with the Volksmen, though, flanking his engineers here, but they retreat before I think Littlesam realises this up north there. Can start pushing forward, but there you go. Machine gun moved in here from Luvnest to block such a move. Thumbs up to Luvnest, and Puma going straight past the engineers. No mines, I think, to immediately block its path here. But it keeps missing the T-70, though. Oh, it's going to hit into the mine. It's going to hit it. Oh, no, it narrowly avoided it. Oh, it hits the mine. It hits the mine. Oh, dear, that's going to be his first light vehicle. Basically down to mines from Littlesam. Holy smokes. There you go. I mean, really just highlighting the power of mines here. There's a total of 3 light vehicles knocked out due to mines. Really just showing again how good it is to lay down mines. 2 thumbs up to Littlesam and his mines. They've just given him such a huge advantage against Luvnest. Of course, Luvnest is going to soon hit him with tanks, but still, those mines, huge. Grand Northern Point there. In effect, not size, obviously. If the mines were that huge, they'd obviously be easily spotted. Hey Friedrich, yeah, is we supposed to have this really, really large plate-like thing on the road? I mean, it's bigger than an automobile. Yeah, I think that might be one of those mines you talk about. I mean, you know, would be a bit too obvious then. Sandbags here, nice work there setting up ahead of time. Also, when you notice the terrain here where he's setting up sandbags around, there's actually no natural heavy cover for the enemy to make use of. This is pretty clever there by Luvnest. Yeah, you can see there's the Strafniki up north, then you've heard the T-70 getting ready to on that one in the south here, between forebouts. Mechanized armor company for Littlesam, they'll probably move towards T-35, so that will take them some time to get in there. Go northern fuel being seized here now by Littlesam's guardsman. Luvnest is very much in the defensive now. He's losing ground, of course, with just the loss of all these light vehicles, in particular the Puma has made it very much easier now for Littlesam to make advances, in particular with the T-70 here, so definitely more dangerous situation now. Ooh, Sasso charge here, Luvnest narrowly avoids having his men blown up, except for Jürgen, who does get blown up. Poor Jürgen. Schwer Panther quarters authorized a few moments ago for holding the Panther 4, but with the fuel there being denied, it might take a bit longer here. Meanwhile, this is going to definitely help Littlesam push for that T-35 on it. 76 faster. Mine goes off in the Fulton's causing heavy damage there as well. Brutal beatings here bound for Luvnest. That T-70 of course is now just an unchecked monstrosity. Fulton's holding up here. People make use of this light cover from the sandbags that's left there. Jägers are coming up the center, going to try and snap out the T-70. That's a very good idea there. Betting 3 Sturmpuni was the guardsman, 2 squads here by one of the DP lap machines, the Ace Lab. The other one is yet to be upgraded. Don't forget to go hit on the T-70. In fact, 2 of them. Sturmpuni had to retreat here. Got an RGD-33 grenade off there. Luvnest is just barely getting any fuel. Nice, only just 10 fuel per minute. Versus opponent 42 fuel per minute. That is a 4 times difference. That's really big. Means at this rate, the chances of Littlesam not having a tank out ahead of Luvnest just went up exponentially. So suddenly this change for Luvnest has gone from, like, you know, being, yeah, Blitzkrieg to, oh dear, I better look for, you know, the next edge ticket to, like, Argentina. So Luvnest's going to have to work hard on turning this around. Now we got a heavy mortar out here for Littlesam as well, bringing in some heavy artillery to smash the fascists from above. Guards now being murdered here by the Volksgrenadiers, Sturmpuni and Jägers. Volksgrenadiers against the Strafniki there. Getting some good hits in there on the Volksgrenadiers. 19 kills. 20. 21. Almost getting wiped there. In fact, Tisa moves with extra shot there. 8 kills. Jägers next top there. Go over Ken on the flank here. Exposed to the T-70 position, forcing it back. Second guard squad upgrade with the DP lap machines as well here. Meanwhile, Littlesam is within range of the T-35. I mean, Luvnest is not far away from the Panther 4 multi either, but Littlesam now, unless like he messes up, should have the T-35 here faster than the Panther 4 Model J. I mean, seconds away there from having the manpower. In fact, now he can just pop it. So at this point, it's just down to, like, does Littlesam actually press the button? And he can. There we go. Thumbs up to Littlesam, and definitely bad news for Luvnest. And the heavy mortar is definitely, I think, not a tool for making things easier for Luvnest. Quite the opposite. That way up there, ground northern point here with the Sturmpuni, the T-35 almost done there for Littlesam. Luvnest now managed to, like, stabilise the fuel income and sort of, you know, help ensure things doesn't get out of hand completely, but at the same time, Littlesam will still be able to follow up with more tanks faster than, you know, Luvnest can bring up tanks of his own. T-70 almost not for the Kedneffer. Close call though, but not quite enough here. In the south, Pune Supers was the Volksgrenadiers here. Panzer IV Model on the way, and the T-35 there has arrived on the front line here for Littlesam and the Red Army. Almost got a full score up there. Really close call there once more for Luvnest. That said, he still enjoys a significant victory point lead over Littlesam, so it's obviously not all hope lost. But again, it is a bit of a challenge here for Luvnest. But again, Luvnest has proven himself repeatedly to be quite capable of handling those, but we shall see. Tifa pursuing the Sturmpionier, getting some hits in there. In theory, though so far it's mostly machine gun hits rather than main gun hits. Heavy mortar there landing close. We got a Goliath from Luvnest. Oh my, I haven't seen those in ages. Possibly indicates Luvnest is starting to either get a really clever plan or getting a bit desperate. We'll have to see there. Tifa demon MD fed from the center. Heavy mortar fire also causing further calamity and harm. Canada shoots and misses the T-35. Their troops are pressed there. Heading southwards. Truck on the way to the Luvnest. Panther 4 Moggy arriving. And we got the Goliath out there. Remotely controlled, well, mine basically for just, demolition work. But also, blowing up infantry and tanks if you can get close enough. Goliath's body, he could get knocked out. Oh dear, he's actually driving close to his own lines. Ah, he almost blew up his own stuff there with it. Didn't quite work out there for Luvnest. Fun fact, there was actually a bigger version of the Goliath known as the Borgwart 4B, which in fact was so big they had to drive it to the front line first, with someone actually sitting in it to drive it. Almost cleared up with the heavy mortar. Even more fun fact about that, when they actually converted some towards basically just being tank hunters, and they actually, I believe, saw servers in the ruins of Berlin, without the explosives in them, of course. Shot fire there. Pins being made up with the Panther 4 Mod 8. See some giant south at the Volkskandidates, looking to bleed them out. Got that Panther 4 moving in, the Panzerkampfwagen 4 us from Jod. Season getting the east with the Panther 4 that's going to fall back up north here. We've got a squad trying to sneak through here. Littlesam's northern lines, and Newford for defend the fuel upon the north, but Littlesam has latched onto it and refuses to give it up. Fixing up the T-3045. Can soon go for another one, by the way. Loves Meme's gone for the mech in the bad group headquarters to get out some medics. Clearly feeling like he needs those now. Not a bad idea, though, of course. It does currently delay any more tanks, so definitely puts a bit of pressure onto him if Littlesam keeps adding in more T-3045s, which definitely would be a very sensible strategic move. So the from finding C-Center will grab back here, but Luvnest, Panther 4 moving in, T-35 there. On the watch guards there with 11 kills. McKenna shoots good here on the T-35. And the Haymortar they're firing got 8 kills on it so far. Veterans who won nearby. Within reach. Flares going off here and there.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
T-5 being pushed back here. The Luvnest Panther 4 and McKenna working well together here to push back Littlesam's tank. Littlesam again very close to that second T-35. 10 kills on the heavy mortar, but ends up retreating in here due to clear concerns about that Panther 4. Fight from Northern Poitiers, D-34, the hits are mine, and there you go, people around the flank here. Don't think chance of getting wiped here are high, unless it gets, someone has really, really good, like just spatial intelligence, can figure out how to throw a satchel charge right on the retreat path so that actually goes off there, which is, I think, possible, but definitely requires some really sharp, spatial imagination to make the work. Got the Pumas with Kenma clearing it out in the south here. Guards moving about. T-70 there with ace level work. Veterans are there. We got 410 to 19. Littlesam can now go for the T-35. He could also try and go for the H-35 or commit, I suppose, to the Katyusha, but I think with the heavy mortar, he preferred just having another heavy mortar, to be honest. But as I think, just getting more tanks here is the right choice for Littlesam. Luvnest there focused on the victory points, trying to buy time, stall out, and ensure doesn't do that too fast. Thumbs up to Luvnest, and there you go, Littlesam with a second T-35. Sturmpionier being routed here by the Guardsman and the T-70 combo in the center, T-35 clashing with the Panther 4. So what will Luvnest do next to try and turn this around? Haymortar meanwhile, still 10 kills, still very, very close to Veterans who won. Panther 4 getting it to 2. Get it on the T-35 there. North here, Gasp and lose Yevgeny. Central victory point with the full switch. Another T-45 for Littlesam. There is 2 premium mediums here for Littlesam, and Luvnest here with another Academy Alpha. That's being pushed back with the T-70. T-70 losing its main gun. South-south, they're seeing more pressure here as Luvnest exploits here lack of presence there from Littlesam. Grenade off the full communities. Mine goes off as well here. We'll need some arm support here in the centre. Pim's left. Tactical charge here against Luvnest forces. Looking to blow apart the cover. T-4 flanking the Panther 4 here. Sandbags shattered, but no Germans were lost over that. Luvnest certainly showing a lot of grit and sheer tenacity versus Littlesam. Despite a fairly unfair situation, slowly turning around here for the glory of Deutschland. Back here, Keb setting out there for Luvnest. Troops reinforcing healing. Panther 4 there in need of some repairs. North there pumping seas for the Sturmpionier. Oh, great hit on the front with the T-35. Good flank hit by the Panther 4 on that T-35. They actually very close to the T-3. We got 200 versus 397. Luvnest continue to maintain a victory point leader with Littlesam. South victory point being seized here. Head on assault here, no smoke screens. But the Hay Mortars finally game veterans wrong without achieving any additional kills. Down to the Volkandis. Hay Mortar landing close there, but not quite. Sorry about that. Fulton there holding out fairly well there as the Hay Mortar just keeps missing. Pretty lucky there for Luvnest troops. Wow. Keeps landing almost the exact same spot. He actually ordered to barrage there instead of like, you know, there. There's something else I'm missing there. Oh! Full wipe on the guard squad there, but the Panther 4 Moldier gaining it, virtually fleeing the pros. That is a huge blow there to Littlesam. Great for Luvnest. Plus, of course, of virtually free Panther 4 Moldier is just, you know, very good for infantry due to good rate of fire and good accuracy. But, you know, also not bad against tanks due to, again, higher rate of fire. T-4 taking hits from the cannon after there, and the fighting in the centre south continues to happen brutally between Luvnest and Littlesam. Panther 4 Moldier now much more steadily going towards 34. No sign of additional tank here from Luvnest. Could he be planning something bigger than the Panther 4? Is he actually thinking a King Tiger here? T-7 raising in here. Fixing up the T-45. Oh, nice shot in the T-70. Kills the Sturm Pioneers. Even gets some slight damage on the Panzer 4 there. 15 kills on the Heavy Mortar. Very close to 52 here. Luvnest still not showing any signs besides that one Panther 4 in terms of armour. As for Littlesam, what could he be planning next? More T-35s, A-35s, Katyushas? Who knows? In the south, T-Sim something on Panther fast hit from Luvnest Volksgrenadiers. In the centre, we got those Strafnik in trouble with that Panther 4. Got one T-Fed coming in to deal with it. Haymort flying close there. Both shots bounce. In the south, the Luvnest force being pushed back. North side is not seeing a lot of action. I feel like Littlesam could try and pressure Luvnest more there. Seems like he's focusing more heavily on the centre and a bit on the south, and he's like, you know, again, north. Getting the deeper south there. The map. T-Film Center being hit there. I think at this stage he's going to like keep trying to push. He should actually lay down some smoke screens with a mortar and follow up with a good infantry push alongside the tanks, rather than just like, you know, sticking in his tank's nose and then getting it whacked off by an irate German anti-tank gunner. Vega rushing in, one T-50 with the focus of north, T-70 still awaiting repairs. Honestly, at this point he could have just used the self-repair ability. I mean, he's flooding a ton of munitions, and one thing, of course, I think is worth to make as a point of critique here, Little Sam's play at this stage is, I mean, while initially he made really good use of mines, at this stage he's kind of forgotten about them, which is great for Luvnest, but I think, you know, it's definitely depriving Littlesam another strong asset here versus Luvnest. Arguably, Luvnest, though, could also do with mines. Though, of course, with Overwatch, one thing Littlesam probably also wants actually the anti-aircraft tactic, to be honest. Like, he should probably be figuring there's a good chance Luvnest will hit him with the sector assault. So having an anti-aircraft tactic ready ahead of time would be actually a strong move there, as it could, of course, shut that ability out and basically cause Luvnest to waste 275 munitions. So, might be worth it keeping in mind. So we got the Katrina rocket launch. I mean, not bad, but I think with the heavy mortar, less necessary. And again, I think just, you know, the possibility like shutting down an anti-aircraft call in there by Luvnest is much more worth it. I do feel like, again, a lot of players just, you know, like to complain about skilled planes, but for whatever reasons, they also refuse to go for anti-aircraft guns, despite them at this stage of the game actually being fairly effective counters to them. It's not like at the start of the game, or like for the large part of the lifetime of the game, that most of them weren't actually effective counters. At this point, they can actually shut down aircraft fairly fast and render them into, like, you know, go abilities. But there you go. Called in, and Littlesam again, no anti-aircraft tactics, so there's no way of stopping down this, and Luvnest to push it with the support push here, supported by the aircraft. Nice little blitzkrieg push there. Thumbs up to Luvnest. I'm definitely punishing Littlesam then for looking at the possibilities of an air call-in from a player who's going for Overwatch. Which at this point, again, with the Goliath and the Jaegers, you know, it should be pretty opposite that Littlesam is a very high likelihood of happening. Just being suppressed here, Panther 4, Veteran 4, almost Aisland found on that one. There you go, Veteran found, gained, Aisland reached. He's not being locked here by the Luftwaffe and this Kanonenvogel. Narrowly survived, pretty lucky with his troops nearby, they're getting absolutely hammered here by the Stukas of North 18, falling back. 8 kills, half 852, and that Panther 4 that's just holding back. Shoots at the Guardsman, getting a good hit in. And Aisland Panther 4 multi is very accurate, even on the move, in fact. Making it an excellent medium tank and a true pocket tiger. South here, Luvnest making advance versus Littlesam. Littlesam there seems a bit put off. Katyusha there by fired and only got 1 kill. Aircraft finally shut down there. It just went off, I don't know. Yeah, that's shut down, I think, by Luvnest Schwer Punted Quarters, or possibly the Pentaphone. That's got to be the Schwer Punted Quarters. So we got 338 versus 163. Situation with Littlesam definitely looking a lot desperate. I mean, that air push really did a number there on Littlesam. Disrupted like his entire frontline presence. There we go. Tifa going for the flank against the Ace Panther 4 model Ye, the Pocket Tiger. That Tifa has a lot of trouble due to, again, high accuracy and, you know, good rate of fire. Plus, it's, you know, when it's standing still, it also has longer range of line of sight. This becomes harder for, like, Littlesam to creep out on it. Good hit from the Panther again. They're just annihilating those guards. We've got 35 kills in that Panzerkampf von Jord. Guardsmen routed and all the victims he's back here by Littlesam. Heavy mortar, if I don't take them out. We got 16 kills in that heavy mortar, halfway to the ace level. Kendall lands a great hit, so another Kendall lands a good hit as well. Got a mechanized upgrade there. Half track? A flak half track? I mean, that could be. That's like only the only reason I can imagine here. Howitzer of Luvnest. Leichte Feldhabitzaktion. Really excellent work with that Panther Mortar here by Luvnest. Excellent work. Strafnik in the fires, Luvnest charging with his Panzerkampfwagen 4. Tifa shoots and misses the Panther 4. And the Tifa that suffers significant damage. There's both Panther 4 Mollier and like him, the punch straight for the front line in the south here. Engagement between Littlesam and Luvnest is also going in Luvnest's favour as the Penal Troopers simply cannot punch through that MD-34. Almost got the Tifa, almost got the Katyusha as well there, actually, with a bit of a good light there. Could have possibly like had a shot go right past the Tifa and hit the Katyusha. Tifa also in trouble here. Could use your barrage off here as Littlesam is trying to dissuade Luvnest from advancing any further. Will it work? We got 109 left. There's a 338 here of Luvnest. Howitzer running into the base here of him. Oh, they could actually hit some stuff here if he's lucky, or if Littlesam is unlucky. Hits the tree lines, dozens of squirrels just turned into pulp. Ooh, close one there. Well, except for Boris, that was spot on there, in fact.
Continue the push. They are now at 100 points.
We got 98 versus 38. Another squirrel hit there. Even more lives splattered across. There you go, unit white on retreat. That was his remaining guard squad of that. Brutal. That follows the heavy mortar.
You're ready. Send the order.
She's moving about.
Forces are neutralizing a sector. We need to re-establish our supply lines.
Setting out there, right into the Ace Panther 4, and another air support calling here from Luvnest as Littlesam continues to operate in the good faith that the Germans won't use their air force, apparently. There we go. Who did get the Panther 4 Moliere there, but I think I have to be honest and say I don't think that's going to matter too much at this point. Particularly since Luvnest could just the rest at this point, just calling the King Tiger something else really big and nasty. We got 41 points left here. 38, rushing for that centre victory point. Near A Storm Pies rushing in there. Air support raining down death here on Littlesam's forces. A lot of engagements in there. Go concussive grenade in the Sturm, or the Strafniki, allowing the Sturmers to close in and finish them off. Do we get a satchel charge there? Ah! Luvnest! Nine! Oh, he blew apart his own Sturmpioniere. Ach, scheiße. And Littlesam commits to another T-55. Luvnest going for a Panther. No silly King Tiger business here. That's it. I don't think he's going to have time to get out the Panther. His opponent's down to like 11 points now. Using Panther, 8 points left. I think he's rushing in his tank to just grab the points here. Highlighting how desperate this is near for Littlesam. 5 points left. 2 points left. And GG, game over. A victory for Luvnest, a victory for Deutschland. I think a pretty exciting fight. He was a mechanized Regner play, which you don't see a lot of there. And some great maneuvers in the end. I feel like Littlesam in part, I think, failed to like utilize his advantage as the game went on better. Like again, no mines, stop maneuvering as much, I think was also an issue. Could use smoke screens, I think executed his attacks better, but also he should have predicted the sector sort of had an anti-aircraft after they got there ahead of time. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, like, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that jazz. This is Imperial Lynching. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.